Government's Housing Activation Office salary controversy explained. The debate surrounding the salary for the head of the government's new Housing Activation Office has taken a surprising turn. Fianna Fáil has stepped in to clarify that the proposed salary of €430,000 is not going to be anywhere near that figure, which many have deemed excessive. Seamus McGrath, the party's housing spokesman and TD for Cork South Central, voiced his concerns during an appearance on RT's This Week programme. He firmly stated, "That type of salary was excessive and I don't believe it will ultimately be anywhere near that." This statement comes after the initial figure was linked to Brendan McDonagh, the current chief executive of NAMA, who was the preferred candidate for the role by Minister for Housing James Browne. However, McDonagh withdrew his name from consideration just days ago, following a wave of criticism regarding the salary and the overall effectiveness of the new office in tackling the ongoing housing crisis. Despite the controversy, McGrath defended the government's commitment to establishing the office, insisting that the appointment process was not botched. He emphasized that any proposals would have undergone thorough discussions and received full agreement from the government. The situation escalated tensions between Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, especially after Browne publicly expressed his desire for McDonagh to take the position. McGrath pointed out that McDonagh's name was already circulating publicly by the time Browne made his comments, and he highlighted that discussions had taken place with Minister for Finance Paschal Donohoe regarding the proposal. He reassured the public that the government would now seek out other qualified candidates to fill this crucial role. In the first 100 days of the government's term, McGrath defended their housing record, citing the passing of the National Planning Framework, which aims to increase the availability of land for housing development, along with new budget allocations for housing initiatives. On a related note, Minister for Higher Education James Lawless reiterated the coalition's determination to move forward with the establishment of the Housing Activation Office. He urged everyone to focus on the pressing need for solutions rather than getting caught up in political games. Speaking on RT's The Week in Politics, he stated, "On paper, there is cross-party agreement, including the opposition and the Housing Commission. We need a housing activation office to break down the barriers, to build houses at scale and at urgency." However, he did caution that if the government opts to use the public appointment service to fill the role, it could take up to a year to complete the process. Lawless emphasized that people deserve hope and the expectation that the homes they need will be delivered. Meanwhile, Social Democrats TD Gary Gannon criticized the government for straying from the Housing Commission's recommendation that the new office should operate on a statutory basis, pointing out that the state agencies it would interact with already possess such powers. Sinn Féin TD Donna McGettigan also weighed in, dismissing claims that her party had proposed a similar idea in their election manifesto. She described the proposed salary as eye-watering and expressed skepticism about the new office's ability to effectively address the housing crisis. As the government grapples with these issues, they are also preparing to address the expiration of rent pressure zones, RPZs, at the end of the year, which currently limit rental increases in areas with soaring prices. Minister Browne has reportedly been presented with a range of options from the housing agency, including the possibility of retaining, abolishing, or adjusting the RPZs to allow landlords to raise rents beyond the current cap of 2%. With so much at stake, the conversation around housing in Ireland is far from over, and the public is watching closely to see how the government will navigate these challenges.